Chapter 2, The Excluded Consumer. An unobserved inequity can go on for generations. Once it is observed, however, its days are numbered. So if money makes the world go round, who makes the money go round? We do. The consumers. We create the demand, we buy the stuff, and we foot the bill. When you walk into a grocery store, a drugstore, a discount store, who do you think is paying for that light bill? Who's paying all those employees? Who's paying all that overhead and that insurance? We are. When you think about it, consumers drive the whole economy. Without us, profit wouldn't exist. There might be manufacturers and middlemen and wholesalers and retailers, but without us consumers paying for those salaries and putting profits in the stockholders' pockets, they wouldn't be around too long, not without us. So we're the big cheese, huh? We're the reason it's all happening. But let me ask you this. Of all the people in the profit chain, who's the only one that gets excluded? Manufacturers? No, they get their share of the pie. How about the middlemen? Are you kidding? They make billions every year. What about the wholesalers and the retailers? Oh, they all get their piece of the action. So what about you? Who, me? Yeah, you. Oh, I'm just the consumer. I'm the one who buys the stuff and takes it home. And how much profit do you get? Profit? I don't get profit. Not any? No. Why not? Why should I? Because you drive the market, because without you there isn't any market, because you foot the bill for the whole thing. Oh, I guess I never thought of that. Exactly. And that's why you're excluded. It's the oldest story in the human family. If no one notices an inequity, it doesn't change. Well, somebody finally noticed, and it wasn't me. Like everybody else, I was totally conditioned. In my world, consumers were the ones who bought things, and everyone got profit from their money except them, and that's just how it was, and I didn't question it. I never questioned it. I remember when my great-grandma had her plumbing out behind the house. She never questioned it. She was conditioned. And one day, she visited my grandma and saw that she had put the plumbing inside the house. She wrinkled up her forehead and squinted those blue eyes and shook her head. I guess you young folk are going to go ahead and do that, she told us, but it's not for me. I don't think it's natural. That was the first time I woke up to the power of conditioning. When I saw the business model for the first time, I felt a lot like my great-grandma. I couldn't quite digest how this was happening. I'd never been invited to participate in the profit of any of the products I'd ever bought in my entire life. And over the years, if I added it all up, that represented lots and lots of money. Everything, in fact, that I had ever made. And suddenly, I was viewing a business model that would permanently change that. All I had to lose was my conditioning. At least I was one up on my great-grandma. I was pretty excited about it. I knew this was progress, and I wanted it to happen. Even if I thought it was too good to actually be true, and I still did, I just hoped that it was. Today, quite happily, I am reconditioned. When I remember telling Dr. Hollander it was too good to be true, I actually smile at myself. What I had been conditioned to accept was actually too bad to be true, but since nobody knew it back then, neither did I. One day, though, everyone will know it, just like we all know that putting the plumbing out behind the house is not a good idea, and it never was, but we didn't know that until there was a better way. Including consumers in the profit loop will one day be a standard in the marketplace. The billions of dollars spent on advertising, much of which is highly suspect anyway, will be gratefully rerouted to consumers who loyally use and promote the products they enjoy. No billboard or TV commercial will ever wield the credibility of a single candid comment from a friend. Word of mouth will always be the best advertising available, as well as the most honest. And the only ones who wield that verbal power are consumers. So, should we be included in the profit? What do you think?